Hey guys, Dennis Harris here with Southeast Missouri Hypnosis Foundation. I want to welcome you to this brand new video where we are going to be discussing one of the most important fundamental concepts in how your mind works, how your thoughts work, why you do the things you do, as opposed to why you don't do other things. This is a fundamental concept that is widely accepted and established not only in psychology, but in therapy and neurology, CBT, and among others. It's very widely held as a industry standard and been proven many, many times in clinical research. So this fundamental concept is what is called homeostasis. That's homeostasis. Homeostasis is the concept that the mind and body will do the absolute minimum that it needs at any point in time in order to conserve energy and do the least amount of work in order to protect itself, in order to be safe. This is almost a genetic design in human beings. So, the idea of homeostasis is that humans, each and every one of us, will do the absolute minimum that we need to do in a day to day scenario in order to get by so that we can stay protected, so that we can conserve energy, so that we end up keeping ourselves safer and more secure than we would be otherwise. And think about it for a minute. If you had a choice between doing something new and different that you've never done before and is very risky and doing the same old thing that you've done the last 6 months, which would you do? And I'm willing to bet 98% of you would do the same thing that you've done the last 6 months. Why? Because doing something that you've never done before, doing something new, is risky. There's a lot of factors that you don't know. There's a lot of risk involved. You don't know what's going to happen. And risk typically involves loss. Now, we all know this. Consciously or unconsciously, we know that taking a risk involves the potential for loss, for damage, for failure, which is why genetically we are programmed and wired for homeostasis. So, how does this work with your mind and your body? In a given day, we will usually tend to do things that are familiar to us, that are consistent to us, that we know how to do, and we are pretty sure what the results are going to be. Okay. We don't like risk. We don't like taking chances. We don't like the unknown, which in our genetics tends to be the most problematic things because risk, the unknown, typically ends up getting humans killed, right? Back in the old days, whenever we were cavemen, we typically got killed. So we developed this biological approach that says if we do what is familiar to us, if we do the same things over and over again, we conserve energy and we have a much higher chance of surviving because we know how to do it and we know pretty much what the results are going to be. Unfortunately, in 2022, that mindset has to constantly be challenged. It has to be constantly expanded and changed and disregarded because if you don't, you would never have people like Elon Musk. You wouldn't have people like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You wouldn't have people leading industries and becoming absolute legends. You wouldn't have people creating new products that make our lives better. You wouldn't have people creating new vaccines, right? You wouldn't have any type of advances in society if you didn't violate the homeostasis philosophy on a regular basis. But the thing is, only a very, very small group of people are comfortable and okay with violating that principle. And it shows. I mean, how many super successful people do you think there are in the world? Maybe 2%, 3%, 4%. It's not much. But we as humans are extremely ingrained into this biological approach that is designed to protect us, to conserve energy, to keep us doing the same things over and over again, because that's how we stay safe. And yet, at the same time, we have to break out of that pattern. We have to do new and different things. Otherwise, we don't grow as human beings.
Much success, no stress, and lots of happiness. I'm not gonna blast you on the radio. I'm not gonna lie you and you pay me out.